economy do anything with the Nigerian economy. Why? Because the economy doesn't have the blood. Now let me give you statistics.
It's okay.
Recently, our president has been in the United Arab Emirates on 2 occasions. Because he first went when there was the announced deal with the Emirates airline and all of that.
Yeah.
Then he went again for COP28. The United Arab Emirates, where you have Dubai, that our president visited, there are about 10 million people in that country, and they are supplying 30,000 megawatts of electricity to the economy. So on average, that is 3,000 megawatts per 1 million. Okay? 3,000 megawatts per 1 million. There are 10 million people, 30,000 megawatts. If the Nigerian economy was to receive electricity at the same rate that the UAE economy is receiving electricity, we are 200 million people. So that means we are 20 times more in population than the UAE.
Yeah.
So if you multiply 3,000 megawatts, yeah, times 20, we should be having 600. I mean, if you multiply 3,000 megawatts for 1 million people, and we are 200 million, 3,000 times 200, we should be supplying Nigerian economy with 600,000 megawatts of electricity.
And I'm sure we are even
I hope I am not confusing the listeners in terms of the mathematics that I'm doing here.
Not at all. I don't think so. Yeah.
It's 3,000 megawatts to 1 million people in UAE, where you have Dubai and everybody is going to. If we, 200 million people, are to receive the same electricity like Dubai or UAE, it will be 3,000 times 200. 600,000 megawatts is what we power the Nigerian economy in the same way the UAE is powering the economy. Japheth, let's ask the $1 million question. How many megawatts are we giving to the Nigerian economy? Japheth, as we speak today, is 3,000. By the time we get to 4,000, there's euphoria. Oh, wow, we'll give to 5. Compare 3,000 with 600,000 that our economy should be receiving. And you know the other positive thing for me, Japheth, is that Nigerian leaders from 1960 to date have taken their eyes away this issue of power supply. None of them have come and said, actually, there is nothing I can do to this economy except I give the economy electricity.
Yeah.
Therefore, this is my agenda for electricity. To move from this miserly, beggarly 3,000 to at least 10,000, and then we'll start moving from there. If anybody ever had an ambition, it was President Obasanjo with the Presidential Power Initiative, which after he left office, we saw that it was just a conduit for corruption. As in, like, they also build power plant without supplying gas to those places. So I want to face the camera and tell our leaders at all levels, federal, state and local government, if Nigeria is not getting adequate power supply, forget about the economy. There's nothing that is going to happen that this economy will do well. Just like a body without enough blood cannot thrive, the Nigerian economy will remain brain dead unless you guys wake up and begin to ask yourself the question, why would 200 million people be depending on 3,000 megawatts of electricity?
Very well then. Now,
until those questions are answered, and Jeffrey, before you go ahead, let me say one other thing.
Go ahead.
So that I can lay the framework properly.
You go ahead, please.
Nigeria is blessed perhaps with the most abundant sources of power in all of the world, because I've been to a few countries.
Namely?
One, gas. As we speak today, gas is the largest source of electricity generation globally. When you hear about renewable energy and all of that, they are coming up, but they are not yet there. Gas is still responsible for about 70% of the electricity that is generated globally. And Nigeria has abundance of gas. Not only that, we are producing the gas, bringing the gas to the surface. But instead of, once the gas comes to the surface, we channel it into power plants and begin to supply power to the Nigerian economy. Ask me, what are we doing with the gas? Japheth, we simply set the gas on fire. So if you go to the Niger Delta as we speak now, there are perpetual fires burning away our gas. Japheth, think about, you go to Zakibiam here in Benue, which is the center of yam production.
Yeah.
When you arrive in Zakibiam, they take you to a farmer's house. You know what this farmer does? He's one of the largest producers of yams. But immediately he harvests the yams, he loads the yams up in the farm and sets the yams on fire while his family is hungry. What will be your rating of that farmer?
Very poor.
Whatever your rating of that farmer is your rating of Nigeria. Because that's what Nigeria is doing. Burning away gas when the Nigerian people need electricity. We should have come from that gas, and perhaps you didn't have power supply.
It's all right. Now,
night.
You have laid the structure and the framework for us to, have a very robust discussion here. But let's begin from this part of it.